my fellow minions. It is I, Lord Phantom, the master of any evil imaginable. Before we get into my evil agenda for today, make sure to hit the subscribe button to follow for more content like this. Hit the like button if you enjoy this video, and leave comments in the comments section. Leave feedback on my videos so I can make my videos in better quality. So today on this channel, in this video, we're going to be discussing the 5 games I will never let's play on this channel. So yeah, that's basically the list. So stay tuned for number 5. Number 5. Any LEGO game on any platform. So I have played a lot of LEGO games in my youth, and as someone that played with Legos, they were entertaining as a kid, but at this point I would rather play with actual Legos, and I am going to tell you why. So I'm going to split the positives and negatives into 2 columns so that you guys can know what I'm talking about. So yeah. So let's talk about the positives. The games could be original at times and follow the source material of any platform, or any property rather, including Harry Potter, Star Wars, and Batman. So yes, it can be original at times and not follow the movie or story exactly, because, well, they need a plot for the video game, so yeah. The music is very good like most video game music should be. And the gameplay is great, but repetitive. Yeah. And there is a nostalgia factor to it. When I mean nostalgia factor, I mean you would rather go back to it when you're young. So yeah. And the negatives on this entry are levels could be very hard, could be very long and repetitive. And Let's Plays of this have been very much overdone, and they are harder 100%. So, that's what I mean when it's harder 100%. I mean, you have to backtrack a lot, like in Super Mario 64, but at least in Super Mario 64, you can actually 100% it without having an actual issues with it. So, yeah. And playing with Legos are more fun. They are very much fun because at least you can play with Legos and not have to put a video game in there. The Lego video games are great but very overdone in the Let's Play department, and also playing with Legos are more entertaining, so to say. So let's move on to number 4. Number 4. And for the number 4 entry, we have Super Mario 64 DS for the Nintendo DS. So the original is great, but this remake fucking sucks. What I mean by it, it just sucks. So Super Mario 64 DS has to be one of the worst remakes for a video game because of the controls and its stupid touchscreen gimmick. So before I go into the negatives, I'm going to go over the positives again. Not again, but, you know. The music is good, but it sounds shitty. It just sounds shitty, but there's little you can do for the Nintendo DS. For Nintendo 64 DS. For Nintendo 64 games, sound good on the DS. So yeah, that's basically it for the music. The remake does have original missions and more playable characters, but it's just backtracking like hell. What I mean by that is, backtracking is more hell in this game than the original game. I would rather play Super Mario 64 DS, not Super Mario 64 DS. I would rather play Super Mario 64 on Super Mario 3D All-Stars. That's what I would rather do. And the controls a touchscreen to defeat Bowser, which is pretty fucking stupid, I believe. And it's stupid. So let's go into the negatives. There's a stupid touch gimmick for the DS, which basically Nintendo always does for their consoles anyway. Frustrating backtracking, as I said before. And the DS is not a good console for Super Mario 64. Why not have it on the Wii or something like that? Or on the GameCube. Something like that. That would have been better. Way better, in my opinion. Because at least I can get used to the controls. Super Mario 64 is a classic, but its remake is trash compared to the original. My god, this game sucks. But it is only gonna get worse from here because the next game is a licensed game. A third-party licensed game. So, I'll see you guys at number 3. Number 3. So for number 3 on our list, we have Plankton's Robotic Revenge / SpongeBob Pan for the PS3, the Xbox 360, Wii, Wii U, Nintendo DS, Nintendo 3DS, and PS Vita, the PlayStation Vita. So yeah, I'm putting both of these shit SpongeBob video game entries on the list. Because they were hyped up to be the next SpongeBob platformer video game, but ended up being mediocre video games you can complete in 2 to 3 hours at the least. My god, even the bosses are the same. Music is most stock SpongeBob music. The boss battle thing that seems good, that starts off good rather, but sucks. Let's go on to the positive. Sure, it's a SpongeBob game in an original title, that's it. So, for the negatives, bland everything, anticlimactic ending, which the first game, well, they ripped off the Square's ending too. For the second, Bubbles the dolphin from the second movie's just fucking bad. That's it. Basically, middle finger. And Battle for Bikini Bottom and the SpongeBob movie video games are the superior video games overall. So, when I first played Robotic Revenge, I thought I was going to be in for a SpongeBob 3D platform, not a Ratchet and Clank collectible. So, basically that's it. If the SpongeBob Hero dance, I will never play that video game because it looks like utter shit. It looks like utter shit for the license. Which is not saying much, because at least the next entries got something right. Something right. So yeah, let's move on to number 2. Number 2. For number 2 entry, we have Mega Man X6, which is for the PS1, the GameCube, PS2, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. So for Mega Man X6, this entry is pretty infamous for having bad gameplay. The development cycle, which was barely a year, was a fucking nightmare here. It was a fucking nightmare so much that when I played it, I couldn't even complete it. It was that bad. Because at least with other Mega Man games, you can complete them. But X6, you can't. You have to do backtracking and get certain reploids and shit. Like, my god, backtracking is way worse than Super Mario. It is way worse than Super Mario 64 DS. My god. The only positives here are the music and the game eventually leading to X8, which gave the X series negatives, there are many. Terrible story. Nate and Isaac were not developed really well. Gameplay playable but annoying, and the game is almost fucking impossible. Like Jimena 2, but at least X6 can't be completed. Jimena 2 is a way different story. So yeah, I will never play X6. Or maybe not even X7. But I'll see what happens when we get to that point. So yeah, this is the number 2 entry for my countdown. So let's go to the number 1 spot. Number 1. Number 1 is Sonic 06 for the Xbox 360 and the PS3. Sonic 06 is horrible because it could have been playable. Very playable. But a company's greed, which is Sega, rushed it to market, causing it to fail, along with other terrible Sonic games. But this is the king of terrible Sonic games. But first, the only positive of Sonic 06 that I can find. The music is wonderful for a game that really sucks hard. But Mega Man XX did have good music as well for the final boss. Let's move on to the negatives. The Let's Playing of Sonic 06 has been done to death. The gameplay looks abysmal, and the story sucks for a Sonic game. It sucks. The infamous kissing scene, my god. I am not putting that on screen for you. Because that is fucking disgusting. And everything else. Citizens are worse than Sunshine for some goddamn reason, because at least in Sunshine, you had little sympathy for them. A little bit of sympathy. But not for Soliana. Screw Soliana. My god. And the system to get upgrades sucks too. And glitches. My god, the glitches. They are game breaking to the point like, really? Really? Really, guys? Couldn't have just asked for more time? But I suppose that they would have been fired. Sega would have been up shit creek without a paddle. So yeah. So this is why I will never let play or even touch Sonic 06. Because it fucking sucks so hard. And this is my countdown to the 5 games I will never let's play on this channel. And in the next video, I will start my Mega Man 3 Let's Play. I am Lord Phantom, the Master of all evils, and happy Halloween, my fellow minions.